picked up Spider-Man No Way Home just to unlock, the rest of the unlockables. And I liked the first hour. It was really, I, I expected and I wanted to hate it. But Strange messing up is organically fitting into his character. Spider-Man doing his bubbly things, which leads to the ruination of the universe, is coming from the character organically, so I can't really complain about that here. And as at the end they promise, with showing plenty of footage from Multiverse of Madness, that Doctor Strange gets his comeuppance. Sure, it's okay storytelling. It's I can't be mad of anything about that. And technically, not much happens during this first hour. I mean, except the Green Goblin, every other villain is captured. I mean, there is Sandman, who isn't that much of a villain, he was pretty. He just wanted to go home and was kinda at the side of his Spider-Man in his movie, so, you know. But I was seeing 20-25 minutes passed and only just one left. What's all with that? But it worked out. It was perfectly acceptable. Sure, there is that Deus Ex machine to cure all the villains. Fine, whatever. It was actually kinda interesting. I mean, sure, it was very idiotic that Spider-Man just says, oh, it can end the universe and all universes. Oh, fuck that. Who cares? It's just Doctor Strange, Who is he to tell what I can do? I mean, I'm just a child and he is an adult and the magic is his business. Oh, who the fuck cares? That was a bit annoying, but I could forgive that because the movie was kinda good. Now, that passed, and we switched to Zendaya and the fat guy, and we started to collect the other two Spider-Mans because, reasons. That was absolutely not organic, so that was a big dip. And then they started to invent stuff which could have been okay, without the previous who knows how many minutes, which was a big jump off the cliff because the movie did not continue organically. Then they started to babble about entirely randomly. One of them brings, "Oh, my Uncle Ben died." Why the fuck do I care how that came up? The other stuff, Gwen Stacy died in my arms. Yeah, and Uncle Ben just can fuck itself, yeah? That was a bit weird. But, yeah, and I accepted the current Spider-Man bringing up, and my Aunt May died in my arms. I don't care. Don't even know what was her injury because, You know, it seemed there was no blood until suddenly there was. And if this movie came up, like in phase 5, I would expect a Mephisto deal movie to bring her back and clean the palette of the MCU. Apparently, that is not going to happen. I know that was the Clone Saga and everyone hated that, but in this, the MCU, it could have been a different thing. And, you know, things are what things are. Then came the final fight, but I was very worried that will be just one big fighting scene, and it had a bit more diversity, but I could have cut out some minutes as bare minimum from that, because that had overlong bubbly dialogue, improvised, badly improvised dialogue, and self-repeating and unnecessary seconds, even maybe minutes. And at that point, by the way, the Sandman is villainous, and Dr. Octavius is chip is repaired, so he's on the good side, if you are interested in the nuances. It had good moments, so I'm not entirely mad about it, but I rank this as a C, because there were too many flows, especially the middle portion was not organic, and the final battle was just way too long. So 2.5 hours is not a Spider-Man movie. I'm sorry. Technically, we got the Sinister Six. I mean, the villains are here. Let me take my note. Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, Electro, who get a cool redesign, so points for that. Sandman, the Lizard, and in the after credit scenes, Venom. And I don't care that I know the bit of Venom will be just stored in the shield storages. At least that thing is taken care of. Whatever. On the other hand, there is this bit that the subtitles of YouTube called it nasal protector, called Venom itself, but turned out when I looked up the transcript, it's lethal protector. That came from Venom 2, the Carnage one. So we have the connection, and Venom is in a different timeline. On the other hand, Morbius is connected to the MCU Spider-Man via the Daily Bugle, which is within the MCU, and I double-checked. Season 3 of the Daily Bugle was also produced by Marvel Studios. So yes, Morbius and whatever that movie contains exist in the MCU universe, the core universe, the sacred timeline, whatever you want to call it. On the other hand, I quickly checked Madame Web again, because previously I just, Madame Web connections, whatever, and nothing major came up, but there is a mention of certain Ben Parker, and there is Peter Parker being born, or something like that. Yeah, that Peter Parker is being born. But so I looked up Madame Web for the dates, and it is specifically told that 30 years passed or whatever. No, Madame Web's, the majority of Madame Web's happened in 2003. Now, this makes the other two, the other Spider-Mans, out of the question, because Raimi's Spider-Man happened in, what was this, 2005, and he's like 17, and or I mean 15 or something like that, or older than 17. It's, if he's going to university, he's 20 something, so that's obviously not good. Amazing Spider-Man happens in 2012, and Peter is 17. So, drawing from that he was born in the 1990s. So that's not our timeline. And the MCU Spider-Man is happening, that's a bit, yeah, so that was the problematic timeline. So if he births in 2003 and Peter Parker is 15, maybe 14 in Civil War, that happens in 2016. Even though Spider-Man The Homecoming is also happening in 2020. Seems Madame Web is happening on the MCU timeline. This is surprising for me, but sure, why not? We will watch it and put it on the sacred timeline, because why not? Sure, the numbers makes it placed there. Well, that was interesting. What else to tell you about this? Well, why bother? See you.